What is going on, guys? Predator45 and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to World of Warships, and welcome to my first look at the Amagi. Now, this is not my first game. I've played a few. Now, obviously, patch 0.4.1 came out, and with it came a new profile level 9 for the ranked battles. And with that came 3 million credits, so I was able to use that 3 million to put the fire control upgrade on and the propulsion upgrade and all that stuff. So, been trying it out tonight. Unfortunately, while tonight's gaming hasn't been as bad as last night, it still hasn't been particularly good. And this match, I don't know if it's going to be any better. If you look, we do have a division, a Congo with an Otago with a Kuma. Wargaming seriously needs to do something about this to stop these freaking idiots and their failed divisions. Anyway, so Amagi. What a disappointment this ship is so far. I don't know what the ship is supposed to be. It's certainly not a brawler. Your armor is shit. I mean, if you, in the little description, I believe they refer to this as a battle cruiser. It's a paper ship. It was never built. And I was so looking forward to this thing, because I kind of expected it to maybe not be as good as Nagato in terms of brawling, but, you know, you've got 10 guns, they're the exact same gun, and I enjoyed using the Nagato's gun. You're a lot faster, you've got a top speed of just over 30 knots, not quite as fast as Tirpitz or Iowa. Those are like 30.8 and 30.9 respectively. This is like 30.4. I wonder if we can maybe shoot at him, or maybe Gordon. Gordon might be a better target. And we take some moderate damage from somebody. Thank you, kind sir. That was very nice of you. And we've taken our shot at Tirpitz, and those are looking pretty good actually. And 4 hits for 5,500 damage, so they weren't really that good. I'm going to start maneuvering a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what the ship is supposed to be, because it's not a brawler like a Nagato. I kind of remember seeing on the forum people saying it's a sniper kind of ship. But I'm sorry, like, your range is less than 20 kilometers, for one. And even though these guns are exactly the same as Nagato, they feel like they're actually less accurate, and those might be pretty good. And 7 hits for 11,000 damage, as I talk about how inaccurate the guns are. I mean, maybe it's just some of the sort of the, you know, the changes to in this patch. Maybe, I don't know, because I didn't have this much trouble hitting targets with Nagato's guns. And then again, like Nagato, you can get up close and personal. You can, you know, go and brawl out, and it doesn't matter. But with this, if you, like, so many shots, like even when you're angled, I've taken shots from things, and those are pretty good. And we get a Citadel, 17,000 damage nearly with that 1,500 that came up afterwards. And we got these incoming shells going to start turning over, and hopefully we miss them all. But I mean, I just haven't had luck with this ship so far. There shouldn't really be any. Is he turning? I think he is. We'll take the lead there. There shouldn't really be any adjustment period to these guns, because they are the identical guns to Nagato. If you go and look at the spec sheet, now did those ones do 2 hits for 1,200? Brilliant, just what I was hoping for. But they're like 410 millimeter type 53 third year or something like that. But they're exactly identical to Nagato. It's not like going from, for example, North Carolina to Iowa. They're both 406 millimeter guns, but I mean the one is like 45 caliber and the one's 50, and it does make a bit of a difference. But these are exactly the same. So I should be able to hit things, but it just feels horrible. We get 4 hits for 11,000. So far, this is turning out to be one of the better games I've had in Amagi. And we managed to dodge all of those shells from the turpits that we hit for, what was it, 11,000 nearly. But, I mean, again, tonight has also been dominated just a lot by retard teams. About 2 matches ago, I was on this map, same spawn location, in the turpits. And I had a couple of guys coming, we were pushing the same sort of direction. And one enemy battleship came around the corner, and everyone turned and ran away, which, you know, I wasn't expecting. And one battleship, you know, it was a turpits, but we had a turpits and we had some cruisers. And everyone just turned around and ran off, and I wasn't, you know, also partly my fault, I wasn't paying attention to them. And before I knew it, I had 3 turpits and a couple of cruisers and all this stuff just wailing on me, so that was that was slightly rage-inducing. And let's see, maybe we should be able to clear that hill. As you can see, we've now got trees, by the way. Hooray for trees. Not the best part of the update. Trees on the island, but you know, not going to complain. It makes things look better, more realistic. But I mean, like, I'm really starting to hate dealing with turpits as turpi. I think they're nearly impossible to citadel. And people say, no, you know, plunging fire. You got to get them with plunging fire. Great, which means you have to be at fairly long range. You all know how accurate battleship guns are at fairly long range. I mean, I've done it. I've done it in my Iowa, and I don't think I've... 8,000 damage, not bad for 7 hits. But I mean, 7 hits all over penetrations, basically, to get 8,000 damage. Yeah, I don't think I've played against turpits in my North Carolina. I haven't used that in a while. Maybe I should. And see how that does against these things. But, you know, they are so difficult to citadel. And then, I mean, you can do big damage to them without a citadel, as you've seen. You know, 10,000 or more damage. I think I've even hit one for 20,000 in my Iowa without a citadel. So you can do it. It's just, you know, they can citadel you quite easily. How did we do there? 4 hits for 9.5, not bad. Which video did I mention? I think was it my turpits video? Where I mentioned that I saw a friendly Iowa get a devastating... enemy turpits get a devastating strike against our Iowa. They're about 10 Ks. And the turpits wrecked the Iowa. And that actually happened to me. Last night, earlier tonight, don't remember. A bit more than 10 kilometers or around 10 kilometers. And I was I wasn't trying to close distance, I was moving away from them, and I turned slightly to get my front guns to bear. And this was kind of a little bit, I'm not going to say bullshit, but a little bit suspect. Wasn't quite expecting it, because I was still, you know, I hadn't gone broadside on, I'd just kind of gone enough to get my front guns on. And he managed to get 4 citadel hits on me. So, I mean... I don't know, they're a pain to deal with, and I'm glad I have one so I can be a pain for other people, but I'm just kind of wish most people would get over the turpits now and stop playing it. And he's turning, giving us a slightly flat side. I wonder if we probably the better target to shoot at. We'll take the lead and fire at him. But yeah, I mean, Amagi, I just don't know what to say about it at the moment, because 7,000, okay, we'll take it. Most of those went a little bit high, but yeah, I mean, its armor is pathetic. I mean, I've been angled against specifically turpits because that's all you ever seem to face at the moment. Wow, you see, I mean, we had a fairly decent angle, aren't we? I suppose we are a bit flat, so again, that was our fault. We should have turned in more to those shells. But I mean, you can't rely on this thing's armor, and as I said, I have been angled heavily against turpiters, and every shell that's hit me, like specifically in the rear portion of the ship, has done 3,800 damage or so. So I mean, not a huge amount, but when you're constantly being hit, well, that's the number, the 3,729. And when every shell does that to you, it's a little bit frustrating. And not to mention the anti-aircraft capabilities of the ship are not fantastic either. Better than Tirpitz once you've got the hull upgrade on it, but nowhere near North Carolina. And 18 kilometers away, everyone's running, and here's an example, a quick example of the type of stupidity I've had to deal with teammates. We could go in and capture A. Now, this is a domination game mode. It's one of the changes they've made. But we've got a battleship and 2 cruisers. I suppose the 1 cruiser has kind of turned in now. And I have been following them, but I've been following them because I didn't want to get closer to the Tirpitz without any support, and there's still aircraft carriers. And this guy's giving us a nice flat side. He's quite far away, so bring everything to bear, give him lots of lead and fire everything. But I mean, everyone's kind of just been chasing this Mogami who isn't running on the border, but is close to it. And these are actually looking pretty good and nice. A Citadel and 2 hits for 16,000 to finish him off. So we get a kill. Hooray! But I mean, these guys are more like that Cleveland's now turned back towards the border. They're just, I'm going to move in towards the cap now. Try and get some more shots and see if I can finish these guys off. But I do want to try and move in towards the cap. At least the destroyer's right there. He's not going into it. And then that reminds me of another game I had earlier tonight. Again in Tirpitz. It was on 2 brothers, and we get 6,000 damage. Not bad. And most of the enemy team had gone. The enemy team had spawned on the south side. My team had spawned on the north. They had gone on the eastern side of the map up there. Some of us had gone down the west. And we were winning. And got some decent damage or whatever. Went into the cap zone. Behind me was a North Carolina, a friendly North Carolina, friendly Tirpitz. And as I said, I went into the cap circle. And these guys just nothing. They didn't come anywhere near the cap circle. Didn't come anywhere near me. Didn't come and help. So, yeah. It wasn't long before the enemy aircraft carrier decided that I needed to be dealt with, and I was dead. I mean, we could have won that one. We went on to lose, but we could have easily won that one if we had had 3 ships capping. But no, it's just been, this happens, unfortunately. From time to time you do get these like really bad streaks in terms of teammates, and even winning or losing. I remember my worst losing streak was towards maybe about 2 weeks before the end of. Let's take some shots. We'll stagger the rear turrets and the front turrets. 2 weeks before the end of closed beta, there was one specific night, and those are splice, just not enough elevation, I think. And ooh, Lexington, hello there. But played 15 games that night, and we won the first one, and that was it. The next 14 games were either losses or draws. Come on, give me something good. And not enough lead. Oh, and some of those look like they clipped through him. That's unfortunate. And we got a torpedo squadron coming in. This is not good. He's from the Lexington, so it is a tier 8 torpedo squadron against a tier 8 battleship that doesn't have particularly good anti-aircraft guns. And we can't get a shot. It's going to keep turning away, I think. Hopefully. Oh, and we've got the catapult fighter. I forgot about that. See what the Tirpitz has done to me? I'm so used to not having it, and now we've launched it a bit late. It might not even do anything. But we've managed to shoot down 2 planes. We're going to just keep turning. There my catapult fighter goes to hopefully engage them. And here comes their torpedo drop. And did he get? Yes, he did. So you can see the nice wide spread. And no troubles. No troubles at all. So that was not bad. And I recognize that name, that Matroska, who's just got Confederate. He has a Tirpitz on the enemy team. So he's done quite well for himself. And there you can see him at 26 kilometers. But yeah, I'm probably going to shut up now. And, you know, just cut a little bit of time out of this video and resume when I have something to shoot at again. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so they've kept destroying our ships, which has extended the length of this battle. We should hopefully be able to fire on one of these Tirpitzes soon. The enemy team has just lost their Lexington. There you can see him sinking, but that was down. I think our carrier got him. So we're just going to wait till we clear this little island, and then hopefully we can unleash our Japanese fury on the Tirpitz. And let's give it the lead and fire there. And I've just seen we need 6 more points to win. 3 more points. Are these going to get there in time? No. Damn it. Oh, and those were looking pretty good too. Most unfortunate. So yeah, as I said, this ship's a little bit disappointing, and this is probably about the best result I've had so far. But I'm going to keep playing and see what we can do. We got 40 target hits, shot down 11 planes, destroyed 1 ship, got 2 citadels, and assisted 1 base capture for 224,000 silver and 2,500 research. We came 3rd place for the team, just behind our Tirpitz. And that guy actually, yeah, that's 93,000 armor piercing damage, so not too bad, but not good at all. So yeah, I don't. If you've played Amagi, if you've got experience with the ship, please let me know how you've got the best results, because as a sniper, the guns don't seem to be accurate enough. You don't have a long enough range. Your armor's too weak to go in and brawl. So what the hell do you do with this thing? But anyways, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below, and maybe consider subscribing for more World of Warships content, as well as War Thunder and a few other things that I throw into the mix from time to time. Also, be sure to check the description down below for links to my Facebook and my Twitter pages. You guys can follow me there as well if you so desire. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's Predator458 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.